Well, good evening, sports fans. I'm back in the air with my new Spectre after losing the last one in parts unknown. I've fitted it up pretty much like the old one, so same paint job, slightly different configuration for the camera. I've got a different camera mount, but power system, everything's the same, so hopefully shouldn't be too much of a challenge. This is the Maiden flight, and so it's just hand launch and then grab the transmitter, pull back on the elevator, and nothing happens. So it's got to be one of the shortest maidens on record. After a fairly short walk of shame, I noticed that the problem was with the pilot, as you would expect. Instead of grabbing the throttle stick after the launch, I stuck my thumb over the mode switch and I was pulling back furiously on that and wondering why the plane wasn't getting any altitude. So, fortunately, there was no damage whatsoever to the plane. I didn't even break the prop. I managed to pull the throttle off before it actually hit. So, yes, it was just a matter of throwing the thing straight back up in the air again. Are you comfortable with throwing?
Yeah, I think so.
So I decided to get some assistance with the second attempt, and Nick, who's visiting us from Scotland, volunteered and did a perfect job launching, and managed to get it away pretty safely. But it required a fair bit of elevator and aileron trimming to get it right, so it took me a couple of minutes to settle it down. It seems to be, apart from the trims, it seemed to be flying a lot better than the initial flights of the Spectre, so I think I've got the centre of gravity right on this one. So, yeah, pretty happy with it. So once I've got it flying straight and level, I flick it into stabiliser mode, which isn't behaving itself. It wants to dive every time I let go of the elevator stick. So I think that's something I'm going to have to do in the setup down on the ground. So not a real problem, it goes straight. It's just the elevator that seems to be the problem. So I move on to testing the return to home, so I'll get a bit of altitude and get it flying level, then flip the switch and it starts doing a turn as expected, and it seems to be holding the height. So I go and slip the goggles on, and the first thing I notice is the voltage up in the top left hand corner is a bit high, given that I'm only using the 3S battery and I've been flying for about 10 minutes, so that's out. And the current draw directly underneath that is only 3 amps, so that's well below what it's probably using as well. So I haven't calibrated the sensors on the OSB, so that's just a matter of going home and putting a meter on the plane with the engine running and making the adjustments. So I'm pretty happy that the altitude remained constant throughout that, and the circle it was doing seems to be roughly 100-150 metres from where I've set home. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, and that it will get me out of trouble if I need to. So like all maiden flights, you really can't wait to get the plane safely back on the ground. So I've tested everything I wanted to test, got a few things to do, so decided to bring it in for landing. which gave me a bit of trouble on the first one because they dropped pretty quickly once you reduce the speed. But I didn't have any trouble with this one. I don't know whether it glides a little better or whether I'm just more experienced. I don't know, but it came in quite nice and low and flat and settled down perfectly nicely right in front of the flight box. So you can't get any better than that. So apart from the initial hiccup on the first throw, I'm pretty happy with how the Maiden's gone. I've ordered some lost model beacons, some new HF beacons that I'm waiting for before I embark on any long range expeditions. But yeah, at the moment I'm a pretty happy chappy.